She caught her boyfriend cheating with her best friend. What she did next? Pure insanity. The movie begins by showing two best friends named Sadie and Jennifer. They have been close friends since they were in the second grade. Despite their busy lives, they always make time to see each other. One afternoon during lunch, Sadie tells Jennifer that in a few days, her boyfriend Kevin will take her on a vacation to a secluded house. Sadie is very excited and believes that during the trip, Kevin will propose to her. Sadie and Kevin have been dating for 6 months. Even though their relationship is still relatively new, Sadie loves Kevin deeply and wants to build a life together with him. She even asks Jennifer to be her bridesmaid at her future wedding. Hearing that, Jennifer looks displeased and advises Sadie not to rush into marriage. Jennifer doubts Sadie's decision to marry Kevin since they've only been together for 6 months. She suggests that Sadie should get to know Kevin better before deciding whether to marry him or not. However, Sadie immediately rejects Jennifer's advice because she truly wants to marry Kevin. Despite their short relationship, Sadie feels she already knows him very well. A few days later, Sadie and Kevin go on their trip to the secluded house. I don't inhale. When they arrive, Sadie invites Kevin to take a swim in the nearby lake, where they end up making love. Afterward, they return to the house where they will be staying. Sadie excuses herself for a moment to the laundry room to wash their dirty clothes. While checking Kevin's pants, she finds his phone inside the pocket. Then she notices a text notification from Jennifer that looks like a message between lovers. From that message, Sadie realizes that Jennifer and Kevin have been secretly having an affair behind her back. This discovery makes Sadie both furious and heartbroken. She feels deeply betrayed by Kevin, whom she had completely trusted. Sadie still can't believe that Kevin could cheat on her with her own best friend, Jennifer. Even though her emotions are in turmoil, she tries her best to stay calm. She then approaches Kevin and asks him whether he truly loves her. Of course, Kevin says that he does, but Sadie knows his words are nothing but lies. She asks again if he ever intended to cheat on her, and once more Kevin lies, saying he never had such intentions. Deep down, Sadie is consumed with rage over his dishonesty. She already has clear proof of Kevin's affair with Jennifer, yet he still dares to lie to her face. At that moment, Sadie realizes that Kevin never planned to propose to her because he couldn't bring himself to end his relationship with Jennifer. Overcome by anger, Sadie grabs something and strikes Kevin hard on the head, knocking him unconscious. When Kevin regains consciousness, he finds himself tied to a sofa. Sadie begins yelling at him in anger, furious that he had the heart to cheat on her with her own best friend. In fact, during this vacation, Sadie had planned to tell Kevin that she was pregnant. That was the reason she wanted to marry him. But instead of sharing the happy news, she caught him cheating with Jennifer, shattering all of her future plans in an instant. Kevin can only sit in silence, apologizing to Sadie for breaking her heart. But his apologies mean nothing to her. By this point, Sadie has already devised a plan for revenge. She decides to send a message from Kevin's phone to Jennifer, pretending to be him, and tells Jennifer to come over. In the message, Sadie writes that Kevin and she have broken up, which would surely make Jennifer come to see him. When Jennifer arrives, Sadie plans to take revenge on them both. Hearing this, Kevin panics and tries to attack Sadie, but she forces him to swallow a sedative to keep him from interfering. After that, Sadie ties Kevin to the bed. Not long after, Jennifer arrives at the house. Through Kevin's phone, Sadie instructs Jennifer to take off her clothes and crawl toward the bedroom. Without any suspicion, Jennifer follows every instruction, believing the messages are truly from Kevin. When she enters the bedroom, Sadie jumps out and captures her. Sadie then forces Jennifer to take a bath to clean herself, but she has a cruel intention behind it. She cuts Jennifer's hair against her will. Afterwards, Sadie forces Jennifer and Kevin to make love in front of her. If they refuse, she threatens to kill Jennifer's beloved dog. Reluctantly, Jennifer and Kevin comply, making love before Sadie's eyes. Later, Sadie invites them to have dinner together in the yard. She does this to humiliate them further, making them feel comfortable being intimate in front of her. In Sadie's twisted logic, if Kevin and Jennifer want to be together, they might as well do it openly in front of her instead of behind her back. During the dinner, Sadie feeds both Kevin and Jennifer the meal she prepared earlier. Then she begins torturing them by repeatedly electrocuting them. "Now wake up." They explain to me that, shh, humor. After some time, Kevin's neighbor Rita comes by the house. Sadie meets her outside and invites her in for a moment. Rita only stops by briefly to drop off some chili peppers from her garden, then heads back home. While Sadie is distracted, Kevin manages to free his hands and feet from the ropes. He quickly runs to his room to grab his gun, but when he looks for it, the weapon is gone. It turns out Sadie had already taken it. She enters the room holding the gun and forces Kevin to return to where he was. Then she brings in a woodworking vise, intending to use it to break Jennifer's fingers. Terrified, Jennifer pleads with Sadie, promising never to see Kevin again if she lets her go. But Sadie is already too heartbroken and consumed by rage. Without any mercy, she begins crushing Jennifer's fingers one by one, using the vise. There is no God. Sadie isn't finished yet. She now wants to break Jennifer's teeth. But before doing so, she begins telling Jennifer about her dark past. When Sadie was 11 years old, she had a younger sister. On her birthday, her parents gave her a small puppy as a gift. Sadie was overjoyed and spent every day playing with the little dog. Her younger sister often joined in to play with the puppy too. Over time, however, the dog began to prefer Sadie's sister over Sadie herself. Feeling jealous and neglected, Sadie started to believe that her sister had stolen the puppy's affection from her. One day, while they were at a swimming pool, Sadie deliberately pushed her sister into the water. Since her sister couldn't swim, she drowned to death. Because of what she did, Sadie was taken to the police station. But since she was still a minor, she couldn't be sent to prison. Instead, the police and her parents decided to send her to a mental hospital. When Sadie turned 18, she was released, though she had to continue taking sedatives to keep her mental state stable. Recently, however, Sadie had stopped taking her medication because she was pregnant. Without the medication, she became more unstable, easily enraged, and capable of extreme acts. After finishing her story, Sadie grabs a pair of pliers and brutally breaks Jennifer's teeth. When she's done torturing Jennifer, she goes to Kevin while carrying a hammer. Using it, Sadie smashes Kevin's ankle so he can't run away. Kevin screams in agony as his bone breaks. Then Sadie drags him into the bedroom where she starts blaming his eyes, the eyes that love to look at sexy women like Jennifer. Because of that, Sadie decides to make Kevin blind by electrocuting his eyes so he will never look at another woman again. Afterward, she gives Kevin a sedative, not realizing that he doesn't actually swallow it. Sadie then goes to check on Jennifer, telling her that she plans to kill her by drowning her in the lake. While Sadie is starting the boat's engine, Jennifer manages to free her hands and strikes Sadie on the head, then runs away. Unfortunately, Jennifer's escape doesn't last long. Sadie quickly catches up to her. As they head back toward the house, Jennifer tries to escape again, which infuriates Sadie. Enraged, Sadie begins choking her. "You don't really listen, do you? I made up on her." She assumes that strangling Jennifer will kill her instantly, but Jennifer proves harder to kill than she expected. Sadie goes back to the car to grab a tool she can use to finish Jennifer off. Suddenly, 2 police officers appear. They tell Sadie that they are searching for an escaped prisoner believed to be hiding nearby. Moments later, Jennifer emerges from the woods, running toward the officers to ask for help. Tragically, before she can reach them, a truck hits her, killing her instantly. Seeing this, Sadie smiles, feeling a twisted sense of satisfaction at Jennifer's death. Sadie drives home, feeling euphoric. On her way back, she encounters the escaped prisoner the police have been searching for. She invites the man into her car and soon seduces him, leading to them making love. Afterwards, Sadie kills the man without hesitation. She then returns home, only to discover that Kevin has escaped. Panicking, she immediately searches the area around the house. Sadie is certain that Kevin couldn't have gone far due to his broken leg, and she's right. She finds him hiding near the swimming pool. A chase ensues between Sadie and Kevin, eventually leading them into the lake. There, Kevin attempts to kill Sadie by ramming her head into the boat's propeller. However, his plan backfires, and he ends up getting caught in the propeller himself, suffering fatal injuries. Kevin dies from his wounds. After everything that has happened, Sadie begins crafting a false story to cover up all the murders she committed. She decides to frame the escaped prisoner she killed earlier as the one responsible for Kevin's death. To make the lie more convincing, Sadie deliberately breaks one of her own fingers to use as fake evidence, pointing toward the prisoner. Once everything is set, she calls the police. This man came to the house. Sadie reports that the escaped convict murdered her boyfriend, Kevin, and assaulted her. She claims that she had no choice but to kill the man in self-defense. The police believe her story completely. In the end, all of Sadie's murders remain undiscovered. In the final scene, Sadie is seen on a date with another man. During lunch, she grows suspicious of her date because he keeps glancing at a sexy waitress. Sadie asks him whether he would ever cheat on her if they were in a relationship. The man quickly replies that he would never cheat on her, but in reality, he secretly sends a message to the waitress. As time passes, Sadie will inevitably discover his infidelity. And when she does, it's clear what will happen next. Sadie will kill both her new boyfriend and the waitress. And with that, the story comes to an end.